Hey! So I just read something that's on the front of my pad. One of my sketch pages. One of my sketch pads. What the fuck? Yeah, something that's on the front of my sketch pad is high quality white cartridge. I don't know what that means, but it feels very much like it's printer paper. It's not printer paper though. It's definitely thicker than printer. It's supposed to be thicker than printer paper. You know? It is. It definitely is. Anyway, yeah, I've got issues with this paper, and I'm going to bring those up fairly soon. Hey, Don. Question: do you want me to make your commission public? I know you basically want to keep it private, but like, I didn't know if you wanted to post it yourself, or if you want me to post it, or if you want it to be kept private. I'm totally okay if you do want it to be kept private, or if you want me to, like, if you don't, you know what I mean. You know, I'm totally okay with it. I won't mention it again. It's cool. A lot of art commissions that I do, actually, like, I would say about half of them. Yeah, I can't say either way. If it's basically like a yay or nay, one side or the other kind of situation. It's about half of them. It's about half of them. Basically are private and are kept privately, or are posted by themselves, or they use that picture as a kind of like a sketch, like concept sketch, and then they build off of it and stuff. So about half of my work is that, and I essentially keep all of that artwork completely private and completely not attached to. Yeah, it's a folder. There's a special folder in my computer about it. Anyway, yeah, there's that. It's also like the professional and non-furry artwork and stuff that I have. So yeah, oh, I was going to start this episode with, yeah. So, just straight off, like going in reverse order to how I normally do things. Like, I was going to give you guys a choice and basically have like it either be an art stream or an editing stream, and I essentially have just done a bunch of organization of pictures on a website. Basically, I've organized some stuff on a different website, and I don't know. Yeah, I'll leave that private. So doing that again in the editing suite will kill me. It will make me super tired, and I'll die. Yeah. By the way, something that I was supposed to look up before it became Tuesday, because now for me anyway, it's now Tuesday, and that's when I talked to my therapist and stuff, and she basically told me to look up a syndrome that she like basically said that I have, but I cannot remember what it is. It's something mirror syndrome or something. And she's only realizing the severity in which I have this, but it's essentially just incredible empathy, which is annoying. And I've just realized I haven't looked that up, and I should have done that before today, and whatever. Anyway, so we might have done this before. We might have done this already, but is this Nico from like my friend group in Finland? Just curiosity, just out of curiosity. I feel like we've done this already, and it's not you. That isn't you, but it might be. I don't know. Yeah, like that those Rasmus and Damon and stuff. I'm just out of curiosity. Or is it Yakov? I can't remember which one it is, but basically, I'm told that I have a fan in Finland that's part of my immediate kind of friendly family group, as it were. So, anyway, yeah, completely forgot what I was saying. Whatever. Yeah, I was supposed to look that up before today. Oh my god, it's very stormy, and that's really frustrating. There's lots of creaking going on with the office. Ignore it. Move past it. You know what I'm just going to do? The day thing. I'm going to do the day thing before I get too frustrated and like the creative juices flow out of me. Oh no, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I've essentially I'm done. I'm done with the picture sorting, the file organization for today. So I'm not doing that. I'm going to be doing some drawing as well today, as well. Instead of that, I'm doing drawing instead. So I'm going to be doing it. It's an art stream, or it's a sketchy stream. It's not really, but that is art. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Congratulations. What did I do? What did I just say? Oh my god. I stop reading the chat. Just get on with it, and then because I still have to read your thing from earlier, and I'm trying not to, so that I can get through. Oh my god. Yeah. The other reason why I'm doing this, is because, like, I honestly do not feel like I did a good enough job with Don's commission. I feel like I kind of like screwed up too much, in my opinion. I do want to kind of go over it again, but at the same time, I feel like I'm just going to screw up again, and it's very frustrating. I get kind of in a feedback loop sometimes with some things, so I kind of want to leave it alone for a little bit, and then maybe go back to it in the future, like he suggested. But it's just that, yeah, I might even go back to it, yeah, now. So he has an idea, and I like to pursue this idea. Um, at least do concept sketches for it. Do a sketch page. I did one of these similar to I did one of these when I did the Wars Club with the Wars face in the middle, and then basically like a bunch of different pictures around it and stuff. And I kind of like doing those concept kind of sketch pages. They're fun and stuff. So yeah. So yeah, that's one of the other reasons why I want to do this, is because it's like it's a fun idea, it's a fun concept, and also like it kind of redeems me a little bit. I feel like, even if that's not what Don feels. I'm not saying that Don feels like I did a shitty job or anything. I'm saying that just personally, I didn't feel like I did my best, and I kind of I kind of wish that I could improve that picture, but if I know that if I try to go back to that picture and try to improve it, I'm going to ruin it, and I just don't want to do that. I just that would make me feel worse, and it's a whole big thing. So yeah, let me just go quickly over my day. I'm going to read the comments real quick. I'd be afraid of keeping it private because that's indirectly tied to your income. You're allowed to. You are allowed to. You have the option of keeping it private. It's like that. Ignore me completely. I know. I know you're watching this live stream. Don't go away, please. But because this is kind of your idea, and it would be cool to get like your feedback and stuff. But don't ignore me completely. But ignore me as a concept completely, just for a second. And basically, it's about what you want as a customer. Basically, if you want something kept private, then that's totally okay. If you want something that's been to be put and shown publicly in my gallery of stuff, then basically, then like you have full veto permission. You know, like I usually I don't care about if my stuff is seen or not, as long as the person that has like asked for this, who has paid for this, basically enjoys it. That's the end of it for me. That's basically like that's where like I as an artist kind of like I don't have an emotional connection to pictures that are drawn for people. I have an emotional connection sometimes to pictures that I've created with somebody, where I've had like some creative input in the actual concept of the entire thing, but I don't really have like a thing. I don't really have like a it's not like my drawings are my children. It's like drawings of my characters sometimes are kind of like very, very, they mean something to me and stuff, but like yeah, you get it. So yeah, it's completely up to you if it's basically private or not. I totally understand if it is private. I totally understand if you basically want me to publish it. I'm cool. But it's like, yeah, it's completely up to you. I do not mind either way. I have other works. You're cool. Yeah. On organizing my pictures, the organizing of the pictures thing, the file moving around and the pictures moving thing. Yeah. It's not really that big of a deal. It's literally just Grommer and Chessable and all of those different sites. Well, there's one for the puppy website. Like there's a puppy version of that, and like once you can only have so many pictures. You can only have like 1 or 200 pictures, and like once that gallery is full, you can't upload any more pictures. And I upload like 3 or 4 pictures a day, and essentially that gallery was full, so I had to delete all the ones that didn't have any comments on them, or like or had too few comments on them or something. I do this every now and again with Grommer and Chessable and all that stuff, and it can take a long time. This didn't take a super long time, but essentially it took enough time for me to feel exhausted afterwards, and I don't want to feel exhausted anymore. But when I do the editing for the pictures, I get the same kind of feeling. It's just the kind of just you're moving files around or deleting files and organizing files, and it's like, oh, it just kind of I don't know what it is, but it's like it just makes me feel exhausted, not sleepy, just kind of like I don't want to do this. It's because I keep saying sleepy. Stop it. Yeah. So yeah. Nico says that's not the first time you received a comment from me. I have been following you. Okay, so we have talked before. That's cool. Sorry, I don't remember names. I don't remember names that well. Like I kind of only remember like that there's a Nico and there's a I don't know if this is coming through the microphone. It's like my office is being beaten by the branches of a tree, which is kind of what's happening, I guess. Anyway, yeah. Um, Michael, is that Michael? Michael Hutchings, MH, says, "Hey Tubbs, would we get to see a bit of your belly in this video? In this live stream, I always say goodbye. Like if you leave the live stream, I will give you a proper goodbye, which is basically a belly rub and a belly salute. And yeah, that's it. That's usually all you get. So yeah." Right, I'm going to get on with just a quick story of like what I've been doing for the past couple of days, and then like, yeah, it's very very quick. It's very very simple. It's just I've just been working on the picture, the pic dump. I've been working on that and doing art, and not that that's art. That is literally just moving pictures around. That's not art. Doing art and also continuing the AI enhancement of the art, and we are almost halfway through another folder. So I've already done one folder. We're almost halfway through another folder, and there's two more folders left to go after that, and they are quite small. So like, well, we're progressing. Once that's done, then I can like completely devote my time to doing the editing work and all of that stuff. So yeah, I've been doing that, and I'm actually getting quicker at it. Oh, so I'm wearing my tight undies, and it's so annoying. They're not tight when I'm standing up, but they're really tight when I'm sitting down. Yeah. Yeah, the AI like thing is going quite well. Have received a couple more objections, and I'm not going to go into any more detail than that, essentially. But have received a couple more objections. One person actually trying to, oh shit, I'm going into detail, even though I just said I wasn't going into detail. Even though, yeah. But yeah, like one person has said that they're not talking to me anymore because of this, but they seem to be coming around after I like reiterated my my feelings on the whole AI thing, and yeah, well, we're cool, I think. But yeah, I mean it's going well. They're like I'm getting quicker at it. So it's like I know what prompts to do and everything. Oh my god. I said I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not going into detail into the parts of my feelings on the efficacy of AI artwork. I'm not going to go into any of that anymore. What I'm going to just quickly outline is is how quickly I've managed to do how quickly I've managed to streamline things with the processing of my old artwork. And I now think I know pretty much how to talk to the AI to get it to do things. You know, the exact like progression of the prompts that I need is getting better. You know, so that basically it does take a bit longer. I will say that, but I'm not sitting and waiting for it to generate an image for as long anymore. I'm usually only getting like one or two images, unless it's like unless I've really screwed up and like I forget to like tell it to maintain the exact like proportions and pose from this exact image. You know, basically you type in the word exact and it seems to know what that means. Whereas if you just say keep the same proportions as this and that, it's like it it's like, yeah, it will keep the same proportions as of certain items in the image, but the exact one seems to fill the entire character with like the thing. If you say the word exact, I don't know why it does that. The exact is not that kind of word, but that's how that seems to work. Whereas if you say the same, it will put things in relation to certain things instead of the entire thing. It's weird. It does. This is what I mean. You learn how to basically poke and prod the prompts to get them to be the right thing. Like the whole thing of like large, enormous, massive, um, like these words, the big, the big bigness of in the thesaurus and stuff like that. Like all of those big words, apparently they have scale, and you have to learn the actual kind of progression of like, so it's like, enormous is actually smaller than massive, and big is actually like there's a thing you can add very big and hugely big, and huge is also like is below enormous. See what I mean? There's like a whole scale to it and everything, and yeah. So yeah, and also if you want to basically completely maximize something, kind of completely, if you want to basically like completely make the frame fill up with one particular character, like either in muscle mass or fat or being inflated or whatever, you literally just say, as make it as big or as massive or as huge or whatever. It doesn't matter which word you use at that point, as you can, to fill the frame. If you just say that, then you end up with, if you've been on Discord, you end up with the complete transformation of one character from a regular sized person to basically a sphere. So like instantly, whereas before I would have had to gone through the progression of like make him bigger just to see if I can get it to be exactly the right proportions that it didn't adhere to when I asked it to keep the proportions, etc. Before, when it shrank like a character down again. I just was like, I'm not going to go through this whole progression shit. I'm literally just going to type in, just make him as big as you can, and then I shrank it, and ended up with pretty much the exact picture, except human, as before. It was weird but cool to basically go from doing like a picture that's like, it's like, oh yeah, he's a little bit bigger, he's still not right though, still need to I need to up the scale, you know so type in a certain prompt and stuff, still not right, still, like refine the prompt, still not right. Instead of doing that, I went the opposite way of like made him way too big, and then basically had to do the whole thing of like okay, just reduce him like about 50%, like give him half of the size or something, I think I said, or whatever, and it shrank him down to almost the right size, and then I just poked it one more time, and then re-added the glasses. It seems to just like take things like mustaches and glasses on and off, unless you specifically tell it to keep the glasses. Keep is like a word that I've typed out so many times, Oh my god. So yeah, I did say this was going to be quick. I'm sorry. But yeah, the whole AI thing, like I said, it's fun. It feels like it should be frustrating, but I actually have a lot of fun with it, and I actually like to see. I like seeing what changes the AI makes and stuff. So yeah, I did find it really funny that, well, I found it kind of it's a little bit morbidly humorous that there's one picture, I think it's not Sir Ector. It might be Sir Ector, the Sir Ector Walrus picture, when it turned that guy into a human. Um, because I wanted to see if it actually looked like the realistic version of Sir Ector. It turned him into a guy that recently kind of passed away that I was kind of close to, and it was almost like it was a ghost. It was kind of a little bit. It was a little bit of a ghost. It was like, that looks just like. Oh yeah. Weird, cool, but weird. So yeah, I was a little bit hesitant about posting that at first, but it's not him. Obviously, there are certain differences. Also, he wasn't a redhead, so like, yeah, it's a thing. I hope people aren't being too asshole-ish over it. Not really. It's mostly just the, like I'm no longer interested in like your stuff now that you use AI, etc. Not understanding that I'm not using AI. I'm literally upscaling my old art just to see if it will look better and to basically help me in the future to see like if I could maybe improve things to be like this good myself, and also give me kind of like more inspiration for my current stuff, I guess, when I do actually draw stuff. So yeah, it's like I like the whole aspect of it teaching me kind of like what I like and don't like and what works and doesn't work with composition. For example, the whole thing. Again, I said I wasn't going to talk about this too much. The whole thing recently with doing the 2 ghost Pop pictures, where Pop is a ghost in both of those pictures. The whole thing with those ones was kind of like learning like what is kind of like what works as kind of like a menacing ghost and what just is a ghost, kind of like, and how I could draw that in the future, like in the realistic last picture of the last ghost Pop picture, the realistic version of the pig version, with the dramatic lighting and the glowing eyes and stuff, really do work and give you like an ominous kind of presence to the whole thing, and it gives you kind of like this ethereal weight to it and stuff, even though he's kind of a ghost and is kind of like, you feel like you can still touch him and that you would still go through him, but it would kind of like, it would affect you or it would affect him in a way, and it's a whole thing. It's like it gives you this whole feeling, and I like that with the darker dramatic lighting and stuff like that. Whereas the previous Ghost, I had I kind of kept it essentially it just deleted the lighting aspect of it straight away. I had to add it back in, and when I added it back in, it basically gave me a more traditional Ghost. But when I saw that, with the lighter bluish grey kind of color, and kind of like the transparency was there and stuff, and it looked kind of more wispy and smoky and stuff like that. It looked like it looked good. It looked good. So yeah, it was like it's teaching me stuff, and it's interesting to me. So I'm going to continue. I already said I'm going to continue to basically do as much as my old artwork as I can. So yeah, there are still lots of files that it just won't do, or there are still lots of files that I've missed out on account of it's spat out something that's just like it's going to take too long. It's going to take hours for me to basically try to sculpt this particular image back to what I want it to be. So I don't think it can improve that image or enhance it in any way. It kind of just looks fucked up. And I can fix it, but it'll probably take forever, so I'm not going to do it. There are pictures like that, and also there's like naughty artwork that can't be done. But yeah. Oh, one of the things, again, last thing I'm going to talk about with the AI, and then I'm going to, unless I'm asked, and then I'm going to shut up and I'm going to get on with the art. I promise. But one of the things that bugged me, that pissed me off, was the Disney-fied versions of my characters. Don't know if anybody remembers these, but the Disney-fied versions of my characters, I put one of them, I put them all in like their own little kind of white void with the Disney Channel logo kind of in the corner, and like they're there as their own Disney, like, yeah. It won't do those because it detects the Disney logo. And I have tried to redo them, but I have no idea how it's doing this, but it seems to remember this picture, even though I've deleted the history and the catch and everything, deleted the cookies and stuff. It seems to basically like try to remember, and it's like it's not worth it. I feel like it's not worth it. But I tried every single one of those, and it just won't do it. And I've asked it why, and it says it's got the logo in it. It's copyrighted material. It's like, no, it's not. It's my character in Disney style, in a Disney style. So yeah, that's stupid. But yeah, maybe GPT will do something with it or something, because like I said, GPT is smarter. It knows better, I guess. If I just explained it and like maybe even told it to search all of the Disney characters, does this match up with anything? No. Therefore, it's not a Disney character. It's my character in Disney style. It probably would go for it. However, GPT, no, it doesn't like that. No, it specifically doesn't like it when you tell it to edit out logos. It doesn't like that. That's actually something that it told me, that I made it tell me to do that. I made it tell me like what are the exact like limitations with copyrighted material and stuff like that, and it said like, okay, here's the stuff that you're not allowed to use me for: editing out logos and like airbrushing kind of like Shutterstock and stuff off of like what's it called when they interlace the image with the Shutterstock logo and the words and stuff like that, stuff like that. It doesn't like it when you do that. It doesn't. It says that you're not allowed to do that. It doesn't even like it when you upload the images with the watermarks. Thank you. I want to point out that I came up with watermarking before I read that. I swear to God, I am smart. I did. It happened in my brain first. I just pointed that. Anyway, yeah. It doesn't like it when you try to use it to do that, or basically like when you upload a picture with a watermark in it, it detects that and it's like, no, I don't want to do this, even if it's your own watermark. So yeah, it doesn't like it. Like, it will let you use it as an example, but it will have to create its own version of that picture, and I don't want it to do that. I intentionally, that's the thing that I'm avoiding doing, is if it basically has to remake an entire picture by itself. It's like, no. Anyway, right, that's all I'm going to say on the whole AI art thing, unless I'm asked about it. I'm okay with that, unless I'm asked about it. But yeah. It's been super fun so far. It's been super fun. Now, Don, do you have a bedtime? Just a quick question. Do you have a time when you will have to leave? You're here forever. That's so cool. So that just is a weird relief for me because of the whole. It relieves me from feeling super rushed. No, I'm not super rushed. I'm just feeling rushed in any way. Just it relieves me of that. So yeah. See if we can have a creative jam session. Are you okay with me like collaborating with you, essentially, on the whole biker baller idea? Because I really want to kind of like I really like this idea. I'm interested. I mean, it got me interested. You got me. I mean, you got me. You got potentially round bikers, um, in leather or leather inspired clothing, motorcycles. You know, um, I mean that's it. I mean those things are really nice and cool and things that I'm interested in. As an ex-biker that has leather items and stuff like that. So yeah, um, yeah, like it just is cool. It's a cool concept, especially since I recently like sort of collaborated with GPT and also um, a friend to essentially write a kind of um, like a cool detective story that has a biker gang in it, like a biker, like the biker gangs are, are a big part of the story and stuff. So I already know, yeah, the biker leader, by the way, in that particular story was based off of me physically. He was based off of me. So yeah, it's like it's fun, but yeah. So like you have complete veto powers, by the way. I just want to point this out. It's your original idea and stuff, but I would like you to hear my ideas and explore them fully before you dismiss anything. Just saying that like outright. I like, yeah, like the term biker brawlers itself. I like the idea of biker brawlers. But if you want to basically like refine that for the gang name or whatever, then that's cool. You have like a logo that you have an idea for it, for them. It's them, them, for them. Like I feel like the 8 ball is kind of it's classic, but I feel like it might be it's a little bit too generic, you know. Yeah, having an 8 ball or having just a ball, one of the balls, um, and also I don't know. It just like I said, it needs flames or it needs wings or it needs something, But like as a patch, or as like a grand emblem on somebody's back, it just kind of wouldn't be epic. I guess I don't know. So yeah, you know what? I never got that far. I know that's what I mean though. This is the fun of the creativeness. It's like I like this. So far in my head, I've essentially kind of got like almost a Power Ranger kind of situation going on, where like yeah, they have official meetings and stuff. Like they're a biker gang. They have official meetings where they kind of like all dress in the like meeting get up or the equivalent of their meeting get up, kind of almost like Power Rangers with their different. They all have like their unique clothes, but they're all wearing their signature waistcoats, the leather waistcoats, and they have their number on the back, or like, well, their number could be on their back, or and also on like t-shirts or shirts of some kind, just like, so that when the waistcoats that may or may not fit don't, they actually have like the stripe, the white stripe of the shirt with the number that you could rotate, like I said. So when they have their meetings, they're kind of like in kind of like their Power Ranger get up almost. But when they're not in their meetings, they still wear their colors, kind of like the Power Rangers do when they're not, when they're in their civilian outfits, they're all wearing the regular color. It's a funny idea for me anyway. So yeah, and you can have multiple different like characters be that one color, but they could be like a different number as well, so you don't have to have it specifically be like them having one role or whatever. It could be role. It could be, yeah. Like for example, like one of them could be a cop, but also be in this in this thing, and he's blue for his cop uniform. But you've also got, like, for example, a also like the mechanic is also blue. Like his jumpsuit is blue, and it could be kind of like either a different shade of blue, or it could be like just his number could be different than, yeah, I'm so, I don't know what that means. So you can have like different colors and stuff like that, but they've got different ranks based on numbers and as well, or whatever. So yeah, it's kind of like, yeah. But I mean, these are all based on pool, not pool. You know what I mean, though, with the striped balls and the solid, solid colors and stripes. Isn't that pool? You're so happy to follow my stream. Well, I'm glad that you're here too. But yeah, they're all kind of like round or pudgy in some way to kind of like make them appear almost like, some of them like are more so than others, but they kind of like roundish, I'm guessing, right? You gave them careers based on the pool ball colors. Yep, I know. I understand that bit. I'm just like, I'm saying, I'm coming up with excuses for why I can use, like, I guess you could get different jumpsuits where you can, how you can have like multiple different careers, different people, different kind of people still be in the group, but they have, they have the same color, so that you don't have to exclude ideas for different colors and stuff like that. Like we had with the yellow one, he's basically like an electrician. You can have an electrician, a fisherman, a construction worker, like we had with the yellow one the other day. It was like we could come up with so many different things just for that one color, or the guy that works at the bank with the more ornate kind of waistcoat, like yeah, or just the treasurer, the guy that works as a CEO, although I did have an idea for that earlier. the guy that works as the CEO, like he's a fat cat businessman. Like he wears black except for the white undershirt. He wears like a black suit and stuff, but like in his alter ego is like the fully black suit, the fully leather black suit kind of situation. Like it's kind of one of those things of like he has like a mercap in his desk, you know. so that, so that like when he's done and everybody's gone home, he could basically just open up the drawer and get the mercap out and just put it back, put it on, and then basically like jump on his motorcycle in his private garage of the big corporation CEO building that he owns, and then just like drive to the clubhouse. And, it's kind of like he could be the boss and the boss at the same time. So yeah, maybe not have that guy, the yellow guy. But yeah. It's a fun alternate to the idea. Because originally in my head, before I had this idea yesterday, I basically just imagined that he was going to be just there all the time. Like he's the boss he's the leader of the gang. He's the boss. He's always in like the black leathers and stuff, and he's got like the special. Just he doesn't have the waistcoat. He has like the proper leather jacket with just the 8 on the back, being like the 8 ball, the one in charge, Something I googled was that gold collar is for highly skilled professionals like doctors or lawyers. Well, it's white collar, isn't it? It's white collar. Like I thought lawyers were that was in the white collar category of professions. I've never heard of gold collar before. I thought we already had the green one. I thought the green one was going to be the doctor. Because I was like, we could have the white ball, but the white ball is isn't that the cue? Isn't it called cue ball? I can't remember. I just said that I thought that was the case. If you want to make a change, I'm totally okay with that. However, I do feel like there are some good options for the yellow one. But yeah, I like the cue ball idea. And I do like that being like white coat doctor. But I thought the other night when we were talking about it, like you said that it was going to be the green guy. I'm just assuming, that's all. Yeah, but that's the problem. Again, the other night, yellow didn't have as many options because I remember you saying it's like it's the pea color. I don't know what to do with the yellow. That's where we came up with a bunch of different options, and I was all excited because I was like, "Ooh, fisherman, that's one." Because I was like, that was one that I wasn't thinking of. It just kind of happened in my head without prompting. I was thinking more along the lines of electrician, construction worker, basically the handyman of the group, he works construction. He knows how to get like a bunch of building materials or where to hide bodies or something. If you want to go dark with the biker gang motif, bury them in concrete, etc. But it's like you could go other places with it. Ooh, I do want to say that today I went to the hardware store because I wanted a new I wanted a backup fan and heater for my office, and I got myself the biggest high vis that they had to replace my old bigger high vis. Because I can't find anywhere, and it doesn't fit. So yeah, that's typical. So yeah, firemen are surprisingly good at that in my experience. Yeah, but well, I mean that's because you have experience. I've got experience with like construction. I've got experience with a bunch of professions. We all know how to, like, out of all of those professions, a ton of them know how to hide bodies and do mob like activities. It's not a big stretch for a bunch of those to do that. Anyway, I haven't drawn anything. The point is that one of the themes, besides the ball, but besides the cue ball motif, the pool ball motif is that like they're going to be like of the husky, portly, rotund variety of men. I'm assuming. I just realized this pencil has a sticker on it. That would have been annoying. Oh, I've ruined it. Because the sticker was the design. It's a Star Wars pencil, but I have like more of them up there. But the sticker actually had the design on it. Now it's just a white pencil. And it's sticky. now it's slightly sticky at the end. Just at the end, not at this bit. Suppose you don't have any good drawing pencils. I basically have a bunch of pencils that everywhere. Every time I go somewhere new, I get a new pencil because they're cheap and they're good. They're a good collectible thing. But sometimes my mother in particular is annoying at this. Because she knows I collect pencils now, she basically gets me a pencil wherever she goes, which is cool. However, she doesn't get it. It's got to be just one pencil that has like the logo or the thing that the name of the place that she went, and that's why it's a good collectible, is because it's cheap. They have them everywhere. Everywhere has a pencil of some kind, and like they're usable. My mother gets like a whole pack. So, I mean, she went to Florida, and she went to the Kennedy Space Center, and I'm looking at it right now. There's a pack of Kennedy Space Center pencils and a pack of well, I've opened the pack, so there's like, because there was 4 or 5 pencils in that pack, and there was a set of Star Wars pencils that don't have a relation to anything, but she just saw them and she thought that I would like them, so she got them for me. And yeah, I use that. It's just a sketching pencil. It's just a sketching. But yeah, I have got a set of like fine, fine pencils to do, all of the HBs and the BBs and the HHs and all that stuff. I've got all of them. The thing is that all the numbers as well. I've got all of those, but that's a fine art set, and like I don't really like using them as much because, well, A, they're valuable, and B, I basically have like the pen. Like if I find a good pencil, then I just keep that pencil. And this is a good sketching pencil, which could be anything. I mean, honestly, any pencil's pretty good at sketching. But the one I actually use to actually touch things up and do shading for and everything is this pencil. And again, I've got more of these. But it used to be a color changing pencil from Virginia, and it actually says that on it. Like it will change color if you hold it. It's got that temperature color changing paint on it. But I think it's worn off for now already. And this pencil's really good, just because A, it's got an eraser on the end of it, and B, because it's just really good for shading and everything. It doesn't seem to be inconsistent when I use it. It seems to last a long time. So it must be one of the H. It's a HB pencil. And yeah, it's just really good. So when I get a really good pencil, I keep that pencil until I use it up. I do have one in my bag that's also pretty good, and basically that's also that is actually just a plain pencil that I had from a while back. So yeah, but it's a lot shorter now, so I should probably not use that one as much, but I do like that one. But it's the same with the pens. If I find a really good pen, this pen is actually amazing. This was just I stole this from my mother-in-law's, and this pen is actually amazing because it doesn't throw up on the paper, which means that it doesn't bleed ink if you basically have used it against a ruler, or basically do certain shading in one direction for a long period of time. The ink can kind of sometimes just get on one side of the ball on the ballpoint pen, because that's what I like to use for detailing and stuff. And if you suddenly go in another direction, it basically, all of that ink just gets deposited on the page sometimes, and that can ruin your picture. This one doesn't do that. It's going to do that now that I said that. This one doesn't do that though. It doesn't actually, it doesn't fuck up. It doesn't mess around. It basically, like, I think it's going to. So on the edges of my paper, like where, like at the top of the pad, you got the edge where you can perforate it, so that you can, with the perforated edge, so you can actually tear off the page. On this bit, I basically sometimes scribble with the pen just to get rid of the extra ink before I go in another direction. And and every time I do that on other pens, it usually kind of froze up on the paper, so it doesn't do it when I'm actually using it for drawing. However, every time I do that with this pen, it doesn't throw up on the paper at all. It doesn't pre-vomit. It doesn't. It's not anorexic. It's a thing. So yeah, I don't use gel pens. So Yeah, I do have good drawing pencils. It's just that I only bring those out for like like really fine art pieces. Like if I'm drawing on the big pad for professional work, then yeah, I use it. It's part of that. It's part of the easel that that pad sits on. So yeah. But yeah, I don't use gel pens at all. I've got some for like for when if somebody like really specifies that to use them and stuff, but because they haven't been used in like 2 years, I'm a bit frightened of using them right now because I'm pretty sure that they're gonna suck. But yeah, I've got a bunch of different coloring pencils and pens, just down here in different pencil cases, which I'm pretty sure some of the pencil cases have degraded. This office sucks for storing things in. It's a thing. I need a better office. Anyway, so you like the original idea, like so far, kind of like of the boss wearing, like, at least in meetings, kind of like the boss is in like full leathers, like big round boss in creaking leathers in leather jacket that's done up. Basically like a big leather clad sphere of a man. But yeah, and he is the eighth ball. He is the number 8 ball, right? And all of the other guys are like when they have their meetings, wearing some form of the like either with coats over them or whatever, but they're all wearing their leather color coordinated color coordinated like waistcoats and their variations of them and stuff. Like I'm trying to think of like a good, like it's a uniform. I should write this down. I should write down what each color is and stuff. I should lock it down if I'm going to do like individual kind of outfits for each one. I am going to just do the base one though. Well, each of them has like a leather vest. But like they could have, like, for example, if like the doctor one has like a lab coat, he can wear it over the leather vest. The with the open again with the motif of the stripes and stuff. Well, that could be like a rival gang. Like there's ballers and there's like there's the stripes and then the not stripes. What's the most important number in the stripes? Or isn't that a thing? I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's. Or we can have the stripes and not stripes anyway in this gang. Bikers seem to be going to the wayside? How do you mean? Sorry. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just that sounds funny on account of it's like one of my guilty pleasures is I watch a lot of biker rally videos, and they're always super packed and super busy and stuff. So it's like it feels very much like that's not true. That's not the truest of the truths. But but I don't see them. Like I don't see them every day, and well, I do see them every day. We're every day ish. I don't watch them every day. I don't watch all the biker videos all every day. Oh my god, I'm digging myself into a hole here. Yeah, I watch a bunch of. I've already said this. I watched a bunch of biker rally videos on account of they have bikes, big leather daddies, straight and gay, and biker chicks. Lots of older biker chicks and stuff. Oh, here's a good thing. Here's what I'm basically thinking. I'm thinking that like they may have like had a dip, but I feel like they are coming back. They may have had a dip in like the overall biker population on account of a lot of them are kind of a little bit conservative with their views. At least a lot of them. There's a big portion of them that are very conservative with their views, and basically they probably didn't do the whole masking up thing and vaccines and all of that stuff. So you probably had big dying off a big dying off of that population of bikers, perhaps, and it kind of scared the rest of them, maybe. So yeah, that's probably what happened there. They've got to be the problem with making them round. It just occurred to me. The problem with making them round is that they've got to still be able to ride their bikes. Or they could have modified bikes. I don't know. Maybe the mechanic. Maybe their mechanic whatever color he ends up being, because you can get many different colors of jumpsuits. Like maybe he managed to modify them, or like they all drive trikes or something. Much rarer to find in the US, at least in my area. Daytona Bike Week is extremely expensive. I've heard that. I don't care, and it's so cool. It's so cool that basically, like, if I came to visit you, I would want to do that. I would want to do that. I know all of the places to go for Daytona Bike Week because I've watched so many of the videos. I know all the cool places to go, and all of the cool places to eat, and all of the places to go and watch. To watch the biker jigs and to listen to the good music and the beer belly contests and all of that stuff. Like, I know all of that place, all of that stuff to do. But yeah, I probably would want to do that as well. Again, if I did, then yeah, that's probably what we would do. I'd basically probably line it up so that I can go to that. It's expensive to. You said it's expensive to go to, but it's like the street. Isn't the street basically open? Is there like a cover charge to get into these places and stuff? I thought you could just kind of walk in to go into the, if you do the main street part. But isn't there like, there's like, I may be mixing my places up. I know Sturgis has the really cool huge kind of event place. I keep thinking that's also in Daytona, but it's not. That's definitely Sturgis. Oh, Tropical Tattoo, the Beaver Bar is that Daytona? Hotels, but I live about an hour away. Yeah, you don't know. See what I mean? I know these locations. I know these places. You know. Is it the Daytona Speedway? I mean, that's where you can basically take your bike to get it service and stuff like that. That is Daytona Speedway? Is it something else Speedway? But I'm pretty sure that's, again, I watch a bunch of different ones, so it's like I'm trying not to mix them all up. But yeah, because it's like there's also Florida Bike Week. There's also one that happens in Florida. The one in Texas is awesome. I really want to do the one in Texas. But then again, everything that happens in Texas, I see, like bear events and biker bear events and stuff like that, and like they all look good. All of those look good. I think it's just a racetrack. Yeah, but during Bike Week, I think it is this place I'm thinking of. During Bike Week, they actually have like they open it all up to, at least the area outside of it, immediately outside of it, they open it up to like bike vendors, guys that can basically like fix up your bike or like tune it up or install install certain install lighting and like speakers and sound systems, all of this stuff. They can pinstripe your bike. They can actually like do special artwork and shit. Basically, a bunch of bike vendors. That's where they set up. I think that's that place. It's also where like the Harley Davidson whole showcase like area is as well. And again, it's fucking awesome. It looks fucking awesome. I just want to do it. It sounds so cool. To me, it's awesome to me. Okay, I would really like to see this. It's really really cool. Like in my lifetime, I would like to go to one of the cool, either Sturgis or Daytona. I think. So yeah, I want to go to the Beaver Bar or Tropical Tattoo. I kind of don't want to, but also I want to see it from a distance. See a few of the blowouts as well. Oh, it's just so cool. And of course, do the beer belly contests. But yeah, it's just a racetrack for cars, but like also. What are you thinking for facial hair for the main do for the 8 ball? I'm tempted to make this a character page just for him. For his 2 outfits. Like the suit with the leather details, and if we're going for the boss being the boss and the boss idea, then you know dust mite on me triggered one of my hairs and was like, oh my god, go to your trim beard. I mean, I'm a well bike. Here's the thing. Oh, that's a good dilemma. That is a good dilemma because biker gang means beards, means big beards, big manly men beards, like beards like this, basically. Um, like either this or longer. That's basically bikers. However, if we're going for the more corporate, if we're going for him being the boss and also the boss like of a company, then kind of that would mean a more clean shaven or a mustachioed look. Um, so yeah, like you are correct. It would be either a goatee or it would be a trimmed beard. You could go super Fruity Loops and just give him an Ambrose. you know. I need to look up actually like a leather jacket if I'm going to actually draw it. Sounds fun. It's awkward to draw, but It's only a sketch. Just want one good picture of the leather jacket done up. Come on. Come on. I typed in full leather outfit, men. So, should have typed in biker outfit. Well, but then again, it would have just given me full, like jumpsuits, like leather jumpsuits. That's what I'm looking for. I was looking for this jacket. It's not gonna focus. So basically that stretched out over the top half of a sphere, basically. Like, I want that, actually. But, I would like a leather jacket that actually fits me. But, I've just got the shirt, and I should be grateful for that, and I should not complain. So I'm not going to. Ooh, if we're going with the CEO is the boss idea, then he could wear a leather tie. Like that could be his thing, like to hint that he's also the biker boss. It's like he could, like his disguise is like just a regular suit, but he always has like either a leather tie, or he doesn't wear a tie, or it's like under. Well, no, it would be visible. Like he has like a leather bow tie or something. I don't know. Little tiny 8-ball pin. That too. Yeah. Maybe it part of the tie clip. Maybe I don't know. Or have it like be cufflinks. I don't know. Well, all of it. We could it could be a whole thing. It could be a whole. Yeah. Although that would be kind of too advertising, I guess, wouldn't it? If he had the 8-ball pin like visible all over him, you know. I kept thinking of like how like is there like a facial facial hair that basically looks like an 8, but there isn't. That would look stupid. Little tiny 8-ball pin, 8-ball pin. God, this pencil is failing me. I talked it up so much, but now it's just like sucking. I know we're focused. I feel like we're focused on focusing. Yes, thank you. We're focusing on him a bit, like maybe a bit too much. But it's mainly because like it's going to take a while to sketch this, like just sketch even the hint of details out on this big boy. And we really do mean big boy. Is he the biggest? We can only do one guy at a time. Yeah, but I've like got room on the page to basically sketch out other people. It's just that I'm only talking about him because like that's all we're talking about, which I'm okay with. I'm just saying. Keep them all the same. Just well, I like the idea that they are like they're all pudgy and round, but like they're at different levels. Like one of them just has like a very prominent beer belly, and like another one is just like it's just all fat and pudgy and rolly. Whereas like there's one that's like he's very round, but he's clearly kind of like he lifts, you know, like he's got huge arms or whatever. Maybe he's like the mechanic or something, or maybe even the fireman. Who knows? Like I'm just thinking of different levels, you know. They all have their own thing. Like the just making them all uniformly round is cool, but it's I don't know. It just it doesn't feel very. I was going to say realistic, but we're talking about basically almost a spherical people, a group of almost spherical people, you know. It's like all the details are probably not going to show up on camera at all, but like I've outlined the general proportions. Yeah, it doesn't show up very well on my preview, so it's probably not going to show up at all. Yeah, it doesn't show up. God damn it. I'll do it thicker. I'll do thicker lines of the main guy. So I'm keeping it kind of realistic ish. But yeah, like one of them's kind of muscly, the other one's just like I said, like there's a big kind of there's one guy that's like very doughy and stuff. He could be like a baker or something. I don't know. It's because I said the word doughy. Doughy. I know you do. I know you do, but that's um that is purely fantasy. That's the only problem with that image is that like it is purely fantasy. It's like yeah. It also doesn't fit the theme as well. Yes, I mean we could do that. I'm just trying to think of like I'm trying to build a character or like an explanation. Try to build an explanation for this guy, and nothing really comes to mind. You know, there's no yeah, I'm trying to think of like a good medical backstory, maybe even to it. It's just that nothing, like I said, nothing comes to mind to make him really, really round, but also have like minuscule proportions, slim guy proportions. It just doesn't. Yeah, you could argue that basically, like, oh, he had like, it's a guy that had um, liposuction and extreme weight loss surgery and all of that stuff, became super skinny, but it didn't stick. But like he's lost all of the fat around his like face and arms maybe. So he's only got like the visceral fat inside of him left, and that's the only stuff that's expanded. Because that's what happens. Like that's actually something that has happened and does happen to people who have like severe weight loss surgery and also like um, liposuction and stuff. If they basically have targeted liposuction on like their arms and they have it like on their arms and their thighs, and they can get that kind of like it's still very droopy because like the skin doesn't stretch the way it's supposed to, so it doesn't ever grow back the way it's supposed to. But whenever they gain weight again, it's usually on their chest and belly, and that's because um, that fat in those areas is kind of more deeper and around organs and stuff. It's more visceral. It's what's called visceral fats. It's not so surface level fat. So basically, when you gain weight, the fat cells expand. The fat cells expand. Um, like you don't have any more fat. Well, you don't have as much fat cells on your arms and your legs anymore, and on your face if you had like facial liposuction. Um, so it kind of only builds up there. So I guess you could argue this that basically like maybe somebody had I'm going to read that again out loud in a second. Um, I guess you could basically argue that there's one character whose backstory is that like he had the fat removed from like his face and his arms and his legs and stuff, and therefore like but he didn't have any of it touched. You know, none of his body was touched. So yeah, it's a big backstory. Like I said, I'm trying to think of like another reason for it. You know, if it's incredibly quick weight gain, it can basically be you can basically if you know if you gain weight super fast, it can be on your you know mostly on your belly and your chest. It's because like it's because of some there was some like I did ah it kind of happened to my cousin. He was already a big guy, but basically there was a thing of like he did gain like quite a lot of weight really quickly, and it was because of like kind of interactions with certain medications that he was having, and also kind of they kind of interfered and gave him kind of an appetite stimulant, and he never gave a shit about his weight. So basically, he didn't care if he ended up eating like tons of food and stuff. And he gained a lot of water weight as well. But he did tell me, because this is fucking years ago, he did tell me that basically there's a thing that happens when you have to digest food, when your body is forced to digest a bunch of food because your stomach is too full. It will kind of like push the mostly digested food already into your system, and when it does that, your liver and your bile duct basically release like an enzyme that basically converts most of it into fat. And because the places that get this fat first are the small intestines, it essentially rests mostly on your belly. And that's one of the reasons for like like Thanksgiving bloats and stuff. I mean, this is what he said. I'm pretty sure. So yeah. Anyway, I saw a display at a medical museum where the guy that had an unusually large colon, where the guy had an unusually large colon, and he billed himself as the human balloon. Sounds like me. I think I have a pretty big one. I'm not gonna go into too much detail because I know it grosses you out. But like I have huge poops, so essentially, kind of like it's because of the fact that like my large intestine is massive. So yeah, he worked at a slighted show. Thank you. Yeah. So basically, he actually like I didn't think this was a thing. I knew that the Amazing Human Balloon Act was actually a thing in sideshows. I am, as long as I eat I have a lot of veggies. Yeah, like it was a fairly common thing, the human balloon thing. Like, but it was mostly pageantry, like it was like people who had really good control of their abdominal muscles could like basically like pretend to blow them out, while having fake balloon pumps or like bike pumps kind of like connected to their mouth, and then somebody would pump and then they would just pretend like it's blowing them up and stuff. Like this was a fairly common act, and they get like the strong man or somebody pretending to be a strong man to kind of like hit them on the belly and stuff, and it wouldn't hurt because it was all fake and stuff. Yeah, it was a fairly common act. I didn't know that like actual air enemas were a thing in sideshows. Sideshows, like that seems like it's not going to fit the sensibilities of the era. Like a Terrence and Phillip kind of thing from South Park. And now I've got to shut your fucking face, motherfucker, playing in my brain. Why did I do that? Why did I do that to myself? Anyway, yeah, I mean, you could just do that. You could just have him like literally be like a goon the from the circus. You could just have that as a backstory, you know, like this guy was that guy from, yeah. Way too much work. It's a way simpler backstory than like, oh, you know, like he had super weight loss surgery, but only on his face and arms, and there's a reason why he gained so much weight. Yeah, you know, an ex a circus employee is like, so that seems way more sensible. Yay, they connected. Woo. You're throwing a pizza in the oven. I don't. I haven't had a lot to eat today. Well, I've had a lot to eat, but I had it earlier, way earlier today. So and it's kind of like I've had kind of a weird tummy. We went to McDonald's and they do Happy Meals with Pokemon cards. So I naturally got like four. I got all of the different versions of a Happy Meal, as well as my regular McDonald's order, which is um, uh, one of the new burgers. That sounds good, and they actually have a steakhouse burger, which is delicious. Um, and the share box of chicken nuggets, um, and then the Happy Meals because I had like fish fingers. I had a chicken fillets, and I had veggie fillets, and I also had um, a burger, like a double cheeseburger or something, but from a Happy Meal, so that the I can get the Pokemon cards and stuff. And it was actually really good. It was really good. But the problem is that all of the carrot bags and I got carrot bags and I got like apple bags and fruit bags and stuff because they're healthy choices instead of getting a ton of fries because I already had fries with my steakhouse burger. Um, I kept all of these and then I ate them later on, like a couple hours ago, and they were yummy, but it wasn't really that filling, you know. So yeah, I want pizza now too. See, the thing is that there's a pocket here, but it's like it's going to be huge if it's on him. That is crazy. So it looks like the belt that goes around the bottom of this jacket basically is only connected to the jacket in two places. It's probably connected in the back, but it yeah. Also, you missed the bit where I basically was telling you to like give me some pizza too. A bunch of the guys, by the way, are probably going to look like the human AI stuff from from my upscaling project. So yeah. Hey, Roscoe. Lots of conventional, yeah, but it's also fun because like whereas most people will see this like this one pocket as being kind of like, I mean that's too big. It's like, yeah, but I mean think about the usable space in that. He is so large that essentially the the amount of give that the pocket has to expand is nothing. So it's like you can put like an A3 piece of paper in there, but at the same time nothing else. So I get that with a bunch of commissions. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but it's very impractical to have this as a detail. He probably went off to have his pizza, or at least get his pizza. I'm still thinking about the beard option. I mean, is there something super wrong about the beard? Also, is it going to be like a like what is his age going to be like? Is he going to be an older dude or what? What the fuck is wrong with that? Oh, that's the edge of the zipper. Oh, that makes more sense. So it goes up over the nipple. What about the cuffs? Oh, no detail needed. Awesome. I like that. Well, it makes it easier for me. I still haven't done the belt. So what does the belt actually look like? It actually just looks like a belt, and it comes to fruition at the apex of the dummy. A jacket with a belt is kind of like awesome. Leather jackets with belts. They can always hear him coming because they just hear him creaking. I'm still okay with having the circus performer basically like an circus performer. It'll get your character in. So, yeah. Being the member of a biker gang. I got the jacket in. I got to think about pants. And biker boots as well. Makes sense in yeah. Ooh. No. I thought I had a good idea, but it's just like, no. I was like, ooh, what about an ex, serviceman? But then that's like, the green one again. And I don't want to boot the doctor out of the running. Or the blue one, because like that's already the cop. I mean, we could have multiple characters be multiple colors. Like ex Navy. Or in the Navy. I don't know. I feel like I fucked this boot up. Although he's just got very, very, very big feet. Um, you know what? You know what? So I'm looking up the full set of pool balls. And they are completely different to what I thought they were. For some reason, the ones that I've used, the ones that I've seen in rec rooms and stuff, they've had the stripes. They've had the white stripe in the middle with with a circle with the number, and then like the color on either side of the stripe. And that's where the inspiration for the waistcoat idea came from. However, all of them appear to have the color stripe with a circle and a white background and a number in the middle of that. Which does complicate. It does also mean that we can actually do up. We can actually have the numbers just be on the back as a big patch. But it also means that they're all going to have to wear white maybe they just wear white t-shirts or white shirts of some kind underneath their waistcoats. But yeah, like that's the full set of balls. I swear, it always looks like there's more than that. But yeah. So there's yellow, there's orange, there's yellow, blue, red, purple, orange, green, brown. I don't think there's a pink one, so I think I'm safe. Brown and then black. And then there's striped versions of those colors, except for black. Isn't that the rule? Isn't the rule that basically the 8 ball is just both? I guess I don't know. I can't remember how to play pool now. Well, this means that we can have two of each. do like the Power Ranger idea that they basically just walk around in their colors. Yeah, me too. But so in my head, from what and from what I remember, basically, this is like so far unchallenged in my brain. Yellow, in my head, is the construction guy, but you are still unsure about what he does. Like, you're unsure if he is the construction guy or if he's got different. You don't know which direction to go for him, right? Blue is the cop. Red is the fireman. Purple is indeterminate. We haven't got a purple one yet. Orange. I don't think we have one for the orange one yet. Green is either the doctor or someone else. I don't remember. Brown, we don't have a guy for yet, and black is the boss. He could be writer. Purple could be writer. Well, no, you could have him like the like in control of like the newspapers or something. Well, you could make orange the. You could make orange the mechanic. Or you can make orange. No, that's a bit that's a bit confusing, I guess. I was gonna say you can make him like like orange jumpsuits, kind of like the. Well, he could be a mechanic, but he likes wearing his orange jumpsuit for mechanicking. I don't know. Because he's an ex-con, The brown being the soldier is a good one. Is a good one. Like ex forces of some kind. But yeah, soldier's pretty good. Yeah. You know what? Purple could be your ex-carny. Works in entertainment, is a writer, like is in control, is influencing the media somehow, maybe, so to throw them off of your scent or whatever. Roscoe, I'm gonna give you a brief rundown, but then I am thinking that I might go. I'm gonna do the final touches on this sketch before I go. I'm making sure I'm finishing the final touches on this sketch. But I'm gonna give you a brief rundown. But yeah, we also have stripes for these colors as well. So you can have like the full colors, like they can be kind of like whatever you want them to be, and then you've got extra, the stripes, which could be lower members of the gang. Also, I've got a fun idea for the overall story of this and everything. Like, if we're going to make this kind of like like a gay story or a gay character story, then like the CEO boss character could have like like he could have a boyfriend or a husband who is like a amazing chef, and that's why he's so round. But also the chef could be also super round and also be like that. That's kind of his, the boss's nickname for his boyfriend slash husband is Cue Ball. So he could be the white ball. He's not really kind of in it, but he's, yeah. Or he could be just a really good doctor or something. So you have like the white lab coat or whatever. Yeah, I'm just an idea for the backstory or the story. He's not really affiliated with the gang, apart from the relationship he has with the boss. Anyway, mull that over while I'm just catching Roscoe up. Assuming Roscoe is still here. If you're still here, let me know, Roscoe. Otherwise, this is a wasted explanation. I'm going to basically be annoyed. The stickiness of the pencil is getting onto my, yeah. So, a few days ago, Dom was talking about a kind of like an idea for maybe an art commission or something, because he wanted to commission me to draw something, but he didn't know what to ask me for. He had this idea in his head, which kind of infected me, which kind of infected my brain, and has been kind of like going just there. It's just been there in my head. Not really doing anything. I've not really been developing it or anything, but every now and again I catch like my head kind of being randomly creative with the idea and then kind of just throwing ideas away and stuff. But essentially the idea was that like a series of pictures or just a picture of like a biker gang that their whole bit, their whole theme is that they are they are based around kind of a pool table. So basically, it's like every single member is kind of one of the pool balls for the game of pool. So like they and they're all round. I think Don had the impression that they would be all uniformly kind of all spherical men, but like I'm annoyingly realistic in my own head. So essentially, kind of I assumed that they were more diverse than that. They're all basically pudgy to rotund to spherical men, basically, and they all have kind of like their own color and theme based on their profession or just their hobbies or whatever. And they basically they all have kind of almost a uniform, like when they're doing their club meetings. They have like club meetings every now and again. They all have special colored waistcoats, like leather waistcoats, and they're all colored leather, and they have to wear them when they're at the meetings or at the clubhouse or whatever. But they all, during their free time in their civilian clothing, they also kind of wear elements of these colors as well, kind of like the Power Rangers. So yeah. So I am doing at least the sketch because I was going to do just a sketch page, kind of like I did for the Walrus Club. I'm doing a sketch, and then I'm going to do sketches around it, basically based on these guys. I'm doing the 8-Ball, the boss character, and he's going to be, yeah. I still don't think he should be the biggest. Like, yeah, he's important, but like, I don't think he should be the biggest. I feel like either his husband, the chef, the cue ball, I feel like that one should be the biggest. Like, he is like big enough to roll. Although this guy is definitely big enough to roll. But yeah. So, what do you think about the whole cue ball idea and stuff? You can even, if you want to get like really into the backstory, you could even have it so that like the chef is actually the one that's manipulating his boyfriend or husband or whatever. Chef at a diner or bar. So you like the chef idea, not the doctor idea. I'm happy with either being considered, to be honest. You know, like the chef idea is kind of like is cool because you could argue that like all of the guys eat there, so basically like they all kind of get fattened up by him over time. Um, and the doctor idea is kind of a good thing too, because it like means that he's like manipulating not just his husband but also kind of like all of them by kind of like saying that like I can heal you whenever you get hurt, stabbed or shot or whatever. However, like if you don't do what I say, then I'm just gonna let you die, kind of situation, you know. I'm still liking the idea of more of a celebrity chef, kind of. Well, not really a celebrity chef. He's just like a really, really important gourmet chef, you know, or something. I don't know. But the dino idea is pretty good. It does kind of like fuck over the him being a manipulator part. Although, if you're gonna just ignore the manipulator part thing, which you're totally okay with doing, then like as in he's like the one in charge, um, then it is cute in a way that he's basically like just being looked after by the boss. I still haven't done the face. I still have not done the face. The old, like him being an old grumpy dino. Oh, it could be. He could just be. Yeah, like an old chef type. It could be like a father figure or like an uncle or something. Especially if he's going to be the largest, he's going to be the most like spherical. Then yeah. I'm okay with throwing a curveball in though, and basically having the mechanical, like the X Carney being the most ball shaped one. Right, I've literally just got the face to go. I'm trying to make all of the outlines thick enough so that they show up on camera. Oh, they show up way more on camera now. Green could be a farmer. Well, again, we've got two sets. We've got like two sets of each color, so we have room for a wiggle room. You know, we can have like the primary ones. You know, the four colors. They could be like the primaries. You know, like the division bosses almost, and then we got like the secondary characters. There is no dark green. Again, yeah, there's no dark green. Again, these this is the set. This is the set. There's no dark green. And if the color correction thing, yeah, I can just make it out. But yeah, here's the colors again. There's yellow, blue, red, purple, orange, green, um, brown, and black. I left from the mafia to start the diner business. Light green farmer. Dark green garbage man. Garbage man is smart though. I do like the garbage man. I think I brought that up before, like a couple of days ago when we were talking about yellow. but I dismissed it. But green, you're right. One of the greens could be that. I feel like for all of the this is the these are the leaders of the biker gang, right? But I feel like for all of the goons, the ones that are just part of the biker gang, like I feel like they should be represented with like one number or one color. We could make like 11, the 11, the red stripe one. We could make that kind of like the gang color. I just touched that on my face and now I've got sticky stuff on my face. just saying, like all of the extra goons for the gang, like all the extra other fat guys. They could just have some kind of like a red or white, or red and white kind of like coloring to their outfit somehow, maybe. Just have the 11 one be the thing. Oh my god! Sorry, I just came up with a really good idea for 11 is cute because it kind of if you draw it right, it kind of looks like a piggy nose. But yeah, so all of them have kind of. I'm reworking my idea because of the whole stripe bullshit. But like all of them have their number on their back in a big patch. I'm guessing. So yeah, on their individual waistcoats. Did you see it, by the way? Did you see the outline? It is literally just a leather outfit for a round dude. But yeah, I need to work on the face. So you said Ambrose. This is the first time I'm going to be drawing a mercap freehand. Stressful. That's weirdly stressful. Felt like my arm was attached to a spider web then. Everybody's gone quiet. Is everybody okay? Or are you just eating pizza? Yeah, I need to work on the face. I think I need to do a close up. What I normally do is I normally do like a close up. I do like a face in the corner, and then I basically like I do it big so that basically I can work out the details and stuff. So yeah. Hmm. I'm not happy with it, but I think I'll be happier once I basically like do like the close up and I do like the do the CEO disguise kind of details and everything. Like do a proper character sheet on this guy. But yeah. He's missing the. Yeah, I might fuck that up. So I tried to do a very, very, very quick emblem on his on the mocap. The badge on the mocap. Like a lot of them have that, not just a mocap. Yeah, but yeah. It's not bad. I feel like I could have gone rounder, bigger. Like if I actually do an actual scene with him in, then I might make it more emphasis. Basically, when he's sitting down, he does look perfectly spherical. Like that's my headcanon. When he's actually on a bike, he does look just spherical, basically, with arms and legs. With feet. So yeah. I'm gonna quickly scan this in and put it on Discord anyway. Oh, after I wake my butt up. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I think. Is there a storm outside? Yeah, it's it's just stormy. It's just windy. It's like the default here. It normally does calm down at around about midnight, and then it kind of picks up again when the sun comes up because of the way that that's the way the air currents work. But yeah, sometimes it is windy through the night. The microphone doesn't usually pick it up. I breathed in some of my spit. When I did the yawny thing. I'm gonna have a fizzy drink. But yeah. I'll definitely work on him. and do like a proper character. Yeah. I don't know why, but sorry. I was also trying not to choke. I felt it happening again. Yeah. But oh my god. I'm going to turn this into like a character sheet. I'll be working on this when I'm not working on the pick dump and stuff. But yeah, or I could just wait until we do like another. I could like poke at it every now and again, and then wait until we do another art stream. Yeah, art stream. Like in a couple of days time, like a normal. I'm sorry. I'm very distracted by the choking thing. But yeah. I'll have more. I'll have more of it for you to see soon. Yeah. Anyway, I've done a lot of coding. I'm able to make a HUD for the Wars Club with a day/night system. Okay. Well, no, it's cool. It's cool storytelling and world building and stuff. It's fun. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm not going to put that away. I need to scan it in. I'm saying goodbye. Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else I need to say. I think we're good, and yeah, I'm gonna go. Go. I'm glad that I would like more feedback on some of the AI art stuff, Don. I've been trying to ask a couple of people. There's a guy on Tumblr that's like been giving me a couple of like good positive words and stuff. Although he seems to have like this weird kind of thing of like he doesn't like furry art at all, which is fine. So he won't talk about that at all, even if it's connected to a picture that I made into a human. He basically doesn't like the furry art side of it. So me doing the furry art folder is kind of like giving me like a kind of a stonewall there. So I've been trying to poke people who've who've been in it, and Panafox doesn't talk much. Even when he's watching the live stream sometimes, and I know he's watching the live stream, so it's like a thing. Um, I know he's working. I get it. He has me on in the background, and that's sweet. But at the same time, like he could at least like every now and again poke me and say that it's like I like this. This is really good. Thank you so much. It's fun, etc. But yeah, I'm not saying that you have to, Don. I'm just saying that it's like it's it's like yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's nice to hear good feedback, even if it is criticism. I'm okay with criticism. It's just that like it's nice to hear about like that I'm doing stuff and people like it or dislike it, you know. But whatever. Right, I'm good. I'm good. I think I'm trying to. I've been trying to stall again because I swear to God, I had something that I wanted to say, but it's like completely gone out of my head. Oh shit! Yeah, I might not be here the day after tomorrow. That's that's it. I'm not be here the day after tomorrow. I've got a meeting. I'm actually, it's just a personal meeting. I was going to say it's a work meeting. I got a meeting that I'm meeting one of my buddies in Birmingham. So I'm going to be there for Wednesday, and I don't know if I'm coming back. I don't know if I'm staying over or not. It kind of depends if we have like too much to drink or whatever. Yeah. So I don't know if that's going to be a thing, but I will be back the next day, either case, probably. So, yeah. That is it. That is definitely it. I think that's definitely it. Right. I'm going to go. Belly rubs. Oh, back stretch. And belly salute. And my pants fell down. Oh. There we go. Yeah, I'll scan that in and I'll get that in now. But I'll see you guys probably not tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Maybe not the next day, but definitely the next day after that. So yeah. Anyway, toodles.